hire really good people and make sure you develop a culture where they want to stay with you, and so that if you have a good solid group of people and a great product and great processes in place, I think your business will be successful.
Welcome to the Connect podcast, brought to you by the Holdridge Area Chamber of Commerce. The goal here is to shine a spotlight on local businesses and initiatives, sharing stories that inspire collaboration and drive community growth. This weekend is the Iron Horse Festival, so if you don't have anything going on, there's a bunch of artisan vendors and demonstrators that'll be downtown Holdridge. That's on September 14th. And then at the end of the night at about 5 or 6, they're going to funnel down to in front of the Iron Horse Depot for Logan Mize, Luke Mills, Hockett, and Savannah Chestnut. So make sure you make it to there. More details on our website there. And then September 17th, we're going to double up that level up your work with AI. So I'll be hosting another class on AI if you're interested. That's still free for a limited time. So make sure if you're around and you're free, you hit up those events there. But I'm really excited to get into today's episode because myself, am new to the community and new to the business world here in Holdridge, but one name that's not new to Holdridge is Janssen. So thank you very much for joining us, Dan. We do have a goodie today provided by Katrina's. They have provided us with some guacamole and some salsa and some chips. So I don't know, do you frequent Katrina's very often?
All the time.
Yeah.
I really love the place.
We'll be trying them out. Do you have a review on their chips? You've had them before.
They're delicious.
Yeah.
I usually get refills every time.
Yeah, I was there with Micah from the Prairie Museum yesterday, and same thing. We had to double up on the chips, so that's fun. And then I got some guacamole too. I haven't actually tried their guacamole, so I'm excited to try it. I'll go ahead and try a bite here before we get started. Oh, it's delicious. Amazing. Shout out to Jesse. So, again, thank you so much for joining me. This Connect podcast is new. It's something that we're trying a proof of conception, just trying out something that we weren't really sure how to do it at first. And you'll notice that on the first couple of episodes, we're changing things as we go just to see what works best. But I'm really glad you joined me today. Janssen Auto Group is huge. I mean, I was joking with Lori before you came in that when I was a kid, we used to sing the jingles and we'd be like, 8,000 dealerships working for you. It was amazing. So can you tell me a little bit about your journey to get to where you're at now?
Yeah, I moved to Holdridge in 98. My dad actually started a Chrysler Plymouth dealership in McCook in 1971. But I went to school at UNK, and when I graduated, really had no intention of getting in the car business, but I was one of those procrastinators that didn't start applying for jobs, so I figured a friend of mine had an extra room in Lincoln. I moved up to Lincoln, and I figured I knew I could get a job selling cars, so I got a job selling cars at McGinnis Ford in Lincoln, and I really enjoyed it because it was, at the time, everything was straight commission, and it gave me a great opportunity to make a good income. And so after enjoying it there for a couple of years, I moved out to Scottsbluff, Nebraska, and went to work for Cannon Brothers Ford. And when the store came available in Holdridge, by that time I'd saved enough money that I partnered with my dad and my brother. Most of you know my brother Dave. And we partnered up and we bought the Ford store here in Holdridge. And I've been here since 1998.
That's amazing.
At the time I was single, no wife or kids, and now expanded the family.
Yeah, full house. No, that's awesome. Yes. You mentioned commission, and I was talking to Dan before we started about how I just briefly sold cars for a moment, but when I was selling cars, it was not based on commission. It was kind of bonus based, and I know that different dealerships do it differently. But how have you seen that automotive market change over the years?
It's changed tremendously. All the pay plans have changed a little bit over the years. We like to reward the top performers, and that's probably the reason. If you look at in the auto industry, there's a lot of turnover. You look at a lot of our competitors, and after 2 years of working at the same place, you can be the most tenured salesperson in the whole dealership, and that's you don't have to go very far to find that. You don't find that here at the Janssen stores. You mentioned your father-in-law before the podcast started. You mentioned Travis Schreiner was your father-in-law. Well, he's worked for me on and off for 15, 16 years. Darren Erbaum, Jesse Dittmer, Nathan Bell, they've all worked for me for so long that I can't tell you. Between the four of them, oh, they probably have well more than 50 years of tenure between the four of them. And so anyway, I like to reward the top performers so that they stick around. So I'm proud to say that my staff does very well.
What motivates you to to choose a location like Holdridge, or what motivates you to stay in a location like Holdridge for your business?
The community sports is why we've stayed. The automotive industry's changed so much. When I moved to Holdridge, Nebraska, there was a Ford dealership in Oxford. There was one in Alma. There was one in Phillipsburg. Wow. There's a whole. If you look around, a lot of the small town dealerships went by the wayside. The rural dealerships in towns like Holdridge, they don't usually change hands. They usually close up.
Yeah.
And so I'm grateful for the city of Holdridge because I'm still here.
Yeah.
And without people in Holdridge supporting our dealership, we've been here for 26 years in April. Wow. So yeah, and like I said, my life has changed so much in the last 26 years, and I do owe it to the community of Holdridge and the surrounding communities, of course, that have supported our dealership. When you live in a small town like Holdridge, you get asked to fulfill roles. I don't know if I got my bags unpacked yet before the Chamber of Commerce was the first board I sat on. Somebody called me and asked me to be a member, and it wasn't probably a day or two later they asked me if I'd serve on the board. And so I think I've served on, I won't say every board because then somebody's going to pick up the phone and ask me to serve on another one. But
that's right.
I've been on the YMCA board, CRA, Holdridge Airport Authority, Rotary Club president right now, and that's just to name a few. So, yeah, I've always supported the community, but they've supported me back for the large part. The city of Holdridge has been so good to me and my family, so I sure like to give back to the community as well.
Have you, or Janssen's in general, experimented at all with any AI, for social or anything else clerical?
Very little. A lot of times I'll use ChatGPT like a lot of, if you've got a question, it usually has the answer.
Yeah. No, it's great.
Yeah, I use that a little bit. AI is just now taking off in the auto industry as far as sending out regular communications, reminders and that kind of stuff to our customer base. For example, if you have an urgent safety recall, there's AI available that now can, again, message you to let you know that you have a safety recall. So we're starting to look at those types of products, but right now we don't have a lot of AI involved in our stores.
Do you? And this is not really business related, I suppose, but do you see AI being integrated in vehicles? Do you see that in the future?
AI will be all in the industry deep.
That's awesome.
The cars that they're building today, that they're already being developed with AI for anything from self-driving to communications, everything. So it'll be interesting what the future brings.
So what would you say is the most rewarding part of being part of the Holdridge community?
Well, beyond what I've said already, that I really enjoyed raising my family here. So many kids grow up in small town Nebraska, and they're just happy to leave. And I think, without exception, my kids would have very fond memories of growing up here in Holdridge, and who knows what their future brings, if they'll be back here someday or not. I'd love that to happen, but they're too young at this point to know what they really want to do for the rest of their life. But I guess that's been the most rewarding part, is just raising my family, and I've been able to coach my kids in anything from baseball to soccer to flag football, everything, and so wrestling's probably been my favorite, of course. But no, that's probably been the most rewarding, is just the life that I've been able to enjoy here in Holdridge.
That's amazing. Well, one thing I want to make sure I ask you before we end is just one solid single piece of business advice that you'd like to leave us with.
Most businesses are made up of people. If I had to say what separated us from all the other small town stores that are no longer in business, I can't take credit myself. It's just if I were to take credit for anything, it was the culture that we brought in to want people to work for us and stay with us for all the years. So I guess if there's one piece of advice I give to people is hire really good people and make sure you develop a culture where they want to stay with you, and so that if you have a good solid group of people and a great product and great processes in place, I think your business will be successful.
That's amazing. That's great advice. Well, before I end the podcast here, I don't know if you've officially gotten one of these yet, but we have these nice candy packs. They come with nice color-coded candy and our branding there. But Dan, thank you so much for just letting me pick your brain a little bit and being a part of the Connect podcast. And hopefully it's not the last time.
Well, thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.